sant yàlla.
looy xaar utal Wave nga scan nga fay te nag doo ci yokku dara.
Jar Oil, the company, have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
In the Gambia, we all move to different paces. Time is money, convenience is power, and now both are in your hands. No more long lines, no more late payments, no more missed chances, not anymore. Because now the Gambia has its own super app, Zap. One app, one tap, endless convenience. Send money instantly, pay your bills in seconds, shop without borders, pay your rides, order your meal, buy your ticket, deposit and withdraw money for absolutely free. No extra charges, no hidden fees, only on Zap Super App. This is not just convenience. This is confidence. This is the future in your hands. And the best part, Zap is born right here. Built for us, designed for every Gambian home, every Gambian dream. So don't wait in the past. Step into the future. Download Zap today on App Store and Play Store and enjoy endless free services. Call us today on our toll-free number 1666 or on 260-0001. Zap, all in one, all for you. Tap in, zap in.
Coffee Time with Peter Gomez on Tuesday, the 6th of January 2026, and we are with the Minister of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. The migrant deaths are central to our conversation this morning, but he's also using the opportunity to address some of the issues that we raised with Essa by fall of APP Sobea on the program just 24 hours ago. Yes.
So I've just got support. I'll come to that, but I've just got support.
Oh, okay.
From someone on the bench.
Okay.
In the name of Minister of Justice.
Okay.
He said that not all the migrants, and this is I have read are Gambian. The Gambia is also used as a transit route for human smuggling, and the government has taken a renewed and firm stance to confirm, and the president has said this, that zero tolerance, and we are going after those human smugglers.
He said so about corruption, and corruption is running wild.
No, it's not. I'll come to that. Now, this demonstrates that if a migration is a global phenomenon, Peter, and not a problem unique only to Africa. The reason why President Trump, you see his policies on migration in the border with Mexico, that these are similar challenges elsewhere in the world, in the US. Migration is all a problem. And when Essa speaks, it seems like he's ignorant of even immigration policies in the West, the manner in which he was really putting his case across. But what I'm trying to say here is that he in fact said he is going to also do secular migration. But that's what we are doing. Basically, he said that. And what made me laugh was that he said we are going to steal his ideas. Look, the government we are a serious government. We have a national development plan. Our development aspirations are within the framework of the NDP. We don't work on ad hoc basis. We don't do knee-jerk policies. We will not sit and say, because Essa, we are going to spy Essa. Look, I mean, even primary schools, you are a structured government with a national development plan. Everything we do revolves around the national development plan. So Nakalanyo still the idea.
Somebody said to me, this government does not sell its national development plan well enough, because there's a lot in the plan that is so positive that Gambians need to know about.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Gambians also don't read. And I've experienced this.
Yeah, you know the literacy.
No, not only that. I was a university professor. I go to class. I ask students, have you read the Gambian constitution? No, none of them. It's Gambians who should read their development and understand it. Gambians should read the constitution and understand what the basis of them being Gambian, where it is coming from.
What would happen if they had read the constitution? Then they wouldn't be discussing much about this third term thing.
Exactly.
I knew you would go
I like that. So
let's talk about national health insurance. You were just
so what for that one? He is saying that he's gonna task Gambians to pay $500 every month. Luckily, as a government, we have a better plan.
Because yours is better?
Of course, yes. The president himself is one who said that most Gambians don't afford hospital bills. And he introduced what they call the National Health Insurance Scheme, where no Gambian pays.
Oh.
You get a card. Anybody can get care in any hospital. And it started with children and pregnant women. And we've registered them. Over 50 to 60 hospitals have been registered. You go there with your card, you get free treatment. And that hospital is reimbursed by the government when they send the bill. So how this works is that, for now, we'll scale it up to the entire population. But for now, how it works is
I can't benefit from this scheme.
Not for now. Okay. For now, we're starting with young children and pregnant women.
Can Martin benefit?
He's not pregnant. And he's not a child. So what happens is that when you have this card, you go to any healthcare facility, you show it, you get free care at every level, testing, whatever. Then that particular healthcare center where they've been registered into the system will send the bill to the National Health Insurance Office, and they'll pay. And the money is paid mostly from the Gambia government coffers and also with support from the World Bank. So we are saying free. He's saying $500 is every month.
Well, he needs it to be sustainable. What happens when the World Bank withdraws?
That's what I say. Most of the money is coming from the Gambia government, Ministry of Finance. That's what I'm saying. So what I understand from Mr. Essa is that he doesn't even know what's happening in this country. He doesn't read. I think
he doesn't read?
No, because if he was reading and following the news and following what government, he wouldn't be saying some of the things that he was saying, because he was merely saying that he would do something that we're already doing. In fact, at a better scale. And he said that if he comes, he's going to invest 50 million into young people. And we asked him, what would you do with that? He said he's going to put patriotism into their heads. He's insulting the young people. He's telling they're not patriotic. If you don't teach a child to be patriotic at primary one, you want to wait until they are youths and you want to teach them how they are to be patriotic, that will fail woefully. You first have to catch them young. Patriotism should be taught in nursery school. Not when somebody patriotic.
Is patriotism being taught in nursery schools right now?
Well, we could do better. We could do better in teaching young people to love their country first. We could do better in that. I don't know now what's happening there, but what I'm telling you is that how can you invest 50 million and you are telling me the first thing you'll do is to teach young people to be patriotic? You don't need 50 million for that. Just do some radio. Come to GRS, I'll give you free airtime on the radio. And you can do that to teach young people. So some of these things, I think the more Essa speaks, the more he really exposes his ignorance. But again, like I said, he said that the classes of nurses who graduated have not been employed. That's not the case.
What's the case? The
case is that we've confirmed 70 for now. And we're interviewing more. Remember, government is a process. You don't just absorb people like the Kalengen Duga. No, it has to go through processes. There's the PMO, they have to apply, it has a process. Government is not like the Nganyo, okay, Boachangen Kalengen Duga. No, it has to go through a process. And the message I received this morning when I asked for the data is what they told me was that. Let me show you.
You've really come prepared
today. That they've interviewed 70 people, 70 nurses have been appointed by PMO already, and will likely get their posting letters next week. There are more applications which will be reviewed and interviews will schedule in due course. So we are working on this. We cannot employ everybody. Imagine if 200 nurses graduate. You think you can absorb all 200 one day? No, it has to go through a process. So that is why I said, before he comes and speaks, you need to go and do his fact-checking first and understand what we are doing. And I'm still challenging the opposition to tell us what would they do differently?
They tell you all the time. Every time they come here, they tell you what they would do.
But no, whatever they say is idealistic and shallow and superficial.
Yeah, say you can dismiss whatever
That's what I'm saying.
But
they
offer alternatives.
What would an APP Sobia government do in realistic terms, specifically?
They would cut the salary of the president.
To stop irregular migration.
They will cut the salary of the president. They would invest, the amount that you think is, ridiculous, to train young people to be patriotic and love their country to the extent that they wouldn't want to, trade it, for another country.
What I'm telling you is that the president's salary is one of the lowest in Africa.
Irrespective.
No, but that's what
some
I'm talking
of these
about.
opposition leaders, it's way too high.
Well, anyway, I'll wait until they get the chance and we'll see whether they reduce salaries. It's not high.
You don't think they will?
No, Peter, See, political talk is political talk. For us, that should not even be a debate. The president's salary should not be a debate. For me, the debate should be shifted to elsewhere. The debate should be when you talk about irregular migration, for example, what would they do specifically to stop it zero? That we are not doing. I want that. I want them to tell me what policies would they bring to stop it zero that we are not doing already.
Well, you don't want to buy into what Essa proposed here yesterday, but
like what?
He feels that doing that
doing what
will stem the flow of.
Peter, I've done what the thing I'm fortunate about is that I've done extensive research on migration. My PhD research was on migration, so I understand these issues.
Okay, there's a it's a sad headline, about this backway deaths. Navy struggles with fuel shortages after boat tragedy. Navy, I mean, you just praise them that they responded quickly to the Jinak boat tragedy. That's why maybe we didn't have more fatalities.
Let's assume this. Let me give you a scenario. You have a fuel allocation,
yes,
because obviously Navy has a response plan, but also a patrol plan. The plan is a monthly plan, for example, that this month, because they know what they are doing and they know exactly what they need to do for a month.
Yes.
It's not like it's not like there is a fuel tanker at the Navy waiting for it to be used anyhow. No. If you are allocated fuel, because we have anticipated your patrol pattern for the next month,
yes,
then all of a sudden there's an accident,
yes,
a maritime incident.
yeah,
You have to divert your fuel to that,
yes,
which wasn't planned because nobody was expecting the maritime incident.
Yes.
So if at that particular point in time, there's a kind of a shortage a bit, that's understandable because it wasn't planned for. We are not, you see, what happens is that most countries, their army, you know how they check their...
You name the NDMA, they would have fuel allocation. You named all these other departments in the office of the presidency. All right? Now, you have an emergency. You're using the Navy, as you say, taking them away from their routine work.
The vessels. Remember, the Navy doesn't use cars. They use vessels.
Yeah, it does.
So even MDMA has fuel allocation.
Yeah.
You don't bring that vessel to the petrol station to buy fuel. The way the Navy works and the way they fuel their vessels is different.
What we're saying is,
yes,
you know that, well, we have taken these people away from their normal thing and they are going to need additional resources. You don't wait until they exhaust their resources to start, replenishing them.
But who said they were exhausted? I mean, this is a story that is
Navy
coming out.
struggles with fuel shortages after boat tragedy suggests.
I don't, you see, sometimes headlines, I don't know the details. What it means, for how did they struggle?
Read today's Foraya.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, sometimes headlines can be misleading. They struggle, but how did they struggle? Was it during the operations? Was it after the operation? Was it to do more operations? We need to understand the detail. That is why what I can tell you is that if that is the case, yes.
This suggests that they're struggling with fuel shortages
I need to know the nature of
Navy struggles
struggle
with fuel shortages after boat tragedy.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
We all know that they were involved with rescue missions.
I need to get the details of that fuel, that struggle. It's not clear. A headline cannot be something like... What I can tell you is that if that is the case, let's assume for the sake of assumption that happened, it's quite understandable because it's something that was not allocated for... I don't know how the Navy works. It's an operational issue. I don't want to go into if it happens, I'm just giving you my own idea on that.
Okay. Right.
But what I can tell you is that the Navy has done a fantastic job.
It has,
because on that particular day, exactly.
Which is why they should not struggle with fuel shortages.
But are they really struggling with fuel shortages?
That's what this headline suggests.
Yeah, but the headline is a headline. The headline is not from God.
What does that mean?
It's not from God. I need to know the details first of that headline.
You're suggesting the headline could be
I'm
false.
not saying that, but I'm also suggesting that I need to know exactly how are they struggling.
Because only God is infallible.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm telling you is that I have seen headlines that are misleading in this country on many occasions. I need to know the details
first. This could
first.
be one of them.
I'm not saying that. What I can tell you is that I need to know the details. Yeah. What I can also tell you is that if that is the case in fact, it's quite understandable because this was an operation which was not anticipated and it happened.
And that's what we're saying. You should not have waited for it to happen.
No, but
already once, their mission has been diverted to another emergency, you should anticipate that they will need extra fuel.
but
Let's move on.
all right.
Immigration calls for enactment of law criminalizing migrant smuggling. So we have a law which makes migrant smuggling a crime. But apparently, this is going on because of impunity. Government is not enacting the law. Let me read it again. Immigration. This is a government agency. Calls for enactment of law criminalizing migrant smuggling.
Again, like I said, it's a headline.
So the law exists, but the government is not enforcing it.
No, but where it, I mean, Peter, who says we're not enforcing it?
That's what this headline suggests.
No, it's not saying that. It is, in fact, this headline is misleading. How can you enact a law which is already existing? If it was enforced, we can understand. Enact means it doesn't exist. This headline is misleading. Because if you enact something that doesn't exist, this headline, if it had said that, to enforce, I understand. But this is saying the law doesn't even exist. So this headline is also misleading. I don't know who got this headline and where it came from. How can you enact a law which already exists?
You should be getting the papers on your
because I came here, I haven't got the time. What I'm saying is that it says enact. What does that mean? It means there is no law yet, but there's a law.
Okay,
there's a law.
So much for the headlines. Any other thing you want to bring up in the remaining 10 minutes that we have?
We can take the questions from the callers, if there is any.
Well, on the issue of the migrant boats, tragedies. Madi Jobate, he doesn't mince his words.
No, in fact, yesterday I listened to their press conference. And
you think she come here only to mislead people?
No. What I'm saying is that Peter, they gave figures. Where did they get those figures from at the press conference? That 1,600 something died in 2024. Where did they get those figures? I have questions on those figures at the press conference. I know that Ibrahim, migrant activist, is doing a good job. No doubt, his activism is doing.
It's his figures.
Yeah, but why did he get those figures from?
It's his figures.
You cannot just come and give us figures like that and you expect us to accept. And if government, when I gave figures I gave you sources of those figures. Let them give me the source of their figures. I gave sources that migration irregular has declined on the borough, and that is a fact. That is empirically proven. What has increased is the reporting. On the Jame, do you think they would do a press conference here talking about this migration? No, they will not. The fact is that now we have a free media, we have citizen journalists, and people are reporting about everything.
Okay.
But I don't agree with those figures they claim until they give me proof and evidence where they got those figures from.
Okay. You wanted feedback from the audience. Good morning, Peter. The figures that the Honorable Minister has been giving are misleading. 1, official exchange rates are not realistic because the banks don't have the foreign currency to sell according to official rates. And 2, the commodity prices he is reading do not reflect the realities in the market. For example, 50 kilogram bag of American rice is $2,200 this morning at the retail shop on Kairaba Avenue, near the Kairaba Avenue police station. You can't be more detailed than that.
Well, I'll give you Kairaba Avenue.
Yes.
Shops are more expensive there. But the figures I gave, Peter, I gave you the wholesale figures. I'll come to let's look at the 50 American rice.
Well, yes, exactly.
He's right. Serekunda is 2,200, Farafenye 2050, Basse 2050. I give you regional breakdown. So I gave you the wholesale. I'm coming. The prices I gave were the wholesale prices. The retail prices, based on even Banjul, 2,100 for the retail price. Serekunda, 2,200. No, sorry, Banjul 1850.
Okay, Serekunda
2,200. But also
between Banjul and Serekunda.
No. What I'm saying is
how can you have
a
variance over?
Peter, if you are selling rice, and you have a shop in Bundunkakunda,
yes,
and one shop in Kairaba Avenue, your shop in Kairaba will have more expensive rice because your shop in Kairaba is more expensive. Because the rent. That's what I'm saying. Because the man who's selling the rice has to make his profit. Now, if you are paying more money for your shop, for your rent in Sereku, you have to factor it in your price. So he's right. I'm not saying what I'm saying is that I'm not misinformed. I gave official wholesale figures. For the retail figures,
what about the exchange rates?
The exchange rates go to the banks. I mean, when people say the banks don't have, you see, it's out of convenience. People don't want to go to the banks because let me finish. Because the black market rates are better than the banks, so many people prefer to go to the black market.
No,
Today, of course.
That is when you have the currency to sell. When you want to buy the currency,
the banks have foreign currency, but also people also cannot go and buy it from the bank and go sell it from in the black market. So the bank has to control it. There should be that's monetary policy. There are people who will want to go to the bank, buy foreign currency cheap, and go and sell it to the black market. So there has to be some control there.
Okay.
So I don't think his contribution was really helpful.
Tell Mr. Ceesay that the Navy has and still suffers from fuel shortage. I am a living witness to this situation. With the series of issues they have, their job is not only rescue, but vigilance at sea, which is virtually non-existent.
Well, fuel shortage, I don't know. I cannot speak on that.
Okay.
Yes. But what I think I know is that I've not had it before. And I know the Navy are doing a fantastic job. They're doing their patrols, and they're doing a good job. We should commend them instead.
Okay. Okay. Somebody is disappointed that you are castigating Mr.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Essa by Fall. Let me see whether I can bring up another GDC to establish Women's Development Bank. GDC was very unforgiving of the NPP government at the weekend when they held their rally at the buffer zone.
See, the only thing that makes me depressed in this country is to listen to people like GDC.
GDC is not a person.
No, people like Mama Kande. Unfortunately, Gambia is so unfortunate. So unfortunate to have politicians like Mama Kande, who, to be honest, it depresses me. Gambia, we deserve better.
Was he not right that because you are not investing enough in youths, that's why they are leaving the country in droves?
What we've invested in young people, no government has done it in the history of this country. There are many projects made everywhere.
The PPP took issue with your characterization of Barrow's achievement in terms of development in 9 years being more than what
but I think
Jawara and Jame were able to do in what? 52
and
years?
you even observe that I not even respond to their issue because these were people who they just wanted relevance and they wanted to ride on me to get that relevance. That's why I did not give them the relevance.
No, they were just responding to
but
things you were saying.
but what I said
before you said it, they never made any.
I never made a comparison in terms of development output of Jawara and Barrow. I never made a comprehensive comparison. I looked at certain data and said under Jawara and Jame, 800 kilometers of roads were built. Under Barrow in 7 years, he built 1,500 kilometers. What is wrong with that? That's a fact. It's not like it's not a lie, it's a fact. That in 2017...
So only specifically when it comes
that's
to...
what I'm saying. I never said Jawara did not do anything. I was giving figures that under Barrow, this short period, he built over 6,000 classrooms, averaging 10 classrooms a week. That's what I said. Compared to what was existing before. Is that wrong? It's not wrong, it's true. I never said Jawara did not... I did not do a comprehensive comparison of their governance.
If you were to do that, do you think that you will find, some interesting, outcomes?
You see, what I can tell you is that, Peter, every government that came to Gambia, they played their part and did what they can do under the circumstances. The only unfortunate thing with Yaya Jammeh was the human rights recourse. Nobody can see he didn't do anything. He did something. It's there for people to see. Jawara did a lot. Under the circumstances, he was there. I wasn't making that comparison. Nobody should even do that because times are different. Circumstances, you cannot compare someone who was governing Gambia in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and someone in 2025 with all the technology and all the opportunity. You cannot do that. I was looking at specific data. That's what I was doing. I wasn't making comprehensive
comparison.
On the issue
of debt, the PPP made a very significant, claim that Jawara, in all his 30 years, however you choose to characterize, his 30 years as leader, only accumulated, if you like, a debt stock of just $2 billion. In less than 10 years, you people have accumulated $92 billion.
But remember, that stock of $2 billion is what accumulates to today. That all that debt
We're
was
still,
in
we're still paying, we're still paying part of that $2 billion.
Exactly, because that was a period that was a debt was frozen.
Even after 30 years?
Exactly. So people understand. It's not like Jawara paid all his debt and we started from zero. No. If you today borrow money from the bank with all the interest it comes with and all the exchange rate fluctuation that it comes with, your child to the next generation will be still paying it. It doesn't mean you've already paid it. So people need to understand that.
Well, thank God. We don't.
It's not like Jawara paid all his
penny.
debt and we started from zero. No. That debt is still accumulating because there was a period that was frozen. When it's frozen, it is passed on to the next one. So the debt we are paying today is a accumulation of Jawara Jammeh's debt and the ones we've taken. But also...
So it's wrong to blame everything on...
You cannot, because most of the debt is inherited. We are still paying. But like I said, when you were borrowing, when Jawara was born, how much was the dollar? When Jammeh was born, how much was the dollar to the dollar? That we don't borrow in dollar, we borrow in dollar. It was $50 for $40-something. Now it's $70-something. What do you expect? For it to stay at the same level? No. We've not borrowed more. But even if we borrow, nothing is wrong with borrowing. I can always defend this, Peter. Once you borrow and invest in capital projects like roads, education, healthcare, there'll be a return on investment. All countries do that to develop. No country in the world doesn't borrow money to develop.
And just finally,
you know what is bad? Finally, if you borrow and you cannot,
it's not
my final.
It's not even
okay. You know what is bad?
No.
If you borrow and you cannot pay, you don't have the ability to pay, or you borrow and you buy it. But we borrow and we are paying our debt, and it's not disturbing us. We have a balanced budget. We also borrow and we are investing. Okay, look at the Battle Harding Highway, Peter. It has reduced wear and tear for you. So how much you would pay to fix your car in the year, you'll save that money. It has cleaned the environment for you. It has reduced traffic time. It has given you extra. It's an investment that can never go wrong. I would borrow even if I'm sleeping to build something like this.
Okay. Just finally, I know you've said that you haven't seen the papers yet, but the point is telling us about government moves to engage the U.S. over travel restrictions. What do you know about this?
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not. I know that there are issues that the U.S. has raised. I don't know the level of it. That's for the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I've not got that information.
And just finally, a Gambian, a well-known Gambian, is 97 years old today. Dr. Florence Mahoney. I'm sure you've heard about her.
Yes.
You want to say happy birthday to her?
Happy birthday to Dr. She's a doctor? Florence Mahoney?
You've never heard of Dr. Florence Mahoney?
No.
The one that introduced history to, our schools and college and whatever?
Well,
you say Gambians should read. You should read as well.
Maybe I should go back and read history. I've been reading political science. And
but you've heard about Shola Mahoney?
The guy who does the podcast for you?
That's the mother.
Oh, okay.
97 years old today. How many 97-year-olds do you know, Gambians?
There's quite a few. I don't know them, but I know that there are quite a few. And by the way, that our life, our life expectancy has increased in the past couple of years.
So what's the life expectancy?
I don't have the exact figure, but I know that now it's gone above the 60-something mark.
Yeah, 64 to 66.
Yeah, it was that I was 50-something. That was a period.
That's true.
So it means that Gambians are living longer, thanks to President Barrow ensuring, especially women. I think women are way above men, but again,
about 68.
Exactly.
For us, you are okay if you get to 64.
Yeah.
Which hopefully I'll hit in a few more weeks.
You'll be 64.
Yes.
We'll bring cake and we'll celebrate. But happy birthday to Dr. Florence Mahoney. We wish her a long life.
In some countries, because you don't have. I'm sure we may not have even up to 5 97-year-olds.
No, we have more. We have more.
We have more?
Yeah. I know an old man. I know someone an old man in.
Okay, so that's
in Basse.
That's 2.
In Numuyal, who's over 120.
Okay, so that's 2.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, I cannot know. I cannot know.
But you said we definitely.
No. What I'm saying is that if you go up country in Basse, there are people in Jara. There are many people who are over their hundreds. That's there in their rooms.
You know what they say about those people. This one's birth was registered.
Yes.
It's there. You can tell for sure that it's from 1st of January to 31st of December. For some, 2 years or even 3 years could be within.
No, for some they'll tell you that I voted in the first election in Gambia, then I was 18, so they calculate.
What I tell you,
But anyway.
when this big tree fell and all of that.
But we wish her all the best.
Yeah,
And she's an icon and an inspiration to many Gambians. I'll go now and do more research about her. And I'm proud of her. And why I'm proud of her, because I've seen that if Shola is really the child, the son, I'm really proud of.
Definitely
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, you're saying if Shola is really the son.
No, I mean remove the word really. Shola is doing a good job educating Gambians. I always listen to his podcast, and they always make sense to me. I mean, so it means that if she's able to give us Shola, then definitely she has done a fantastic job, and she's an inspiration. I wish her all the best and a happy birthday.
Fantastic. Dr. Ceesay, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, our Minister of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services.
sant yàlla. looy xaar utal Wave nga scan nga fay te nag doo ci yokku dara.
Jar Oil, the company, have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
In the Gambia, we all move to different paces. Time is money, convenience is power, and now both are in your hands. No more long lines, no more late payments, no more missed chances, not anymore. Because now the Gambia has its own super app, Zap. One app, one tap, endless convenience. Send money instantly, pay your bills in seconds, shop without borders, pay your rides, order your meal, buy your ticket, deposit and withdraw money for absolutely free. No extra charges, no hidden fees, only on Zap Super App. This is not just convenience. This is confidence. This is the future in your hands. And the best part, Zap is born right here. Built for us, designed for every Gambian home, every Gambian dream. So don't wait in the past. Step into the future. Download Zap today on App Store and Play Store and enjoy endless free services. Call us today on our toll-free number 1666 or on 260-0001. Zap. All in one. All for you. Tap in. Zap in.